Steven here, and today I have a review for the Fray Fitness. It's called the FAB-01 adjustable bench here. So I'm pretty sure the FAB is just fully adjustable bench and it's 01. This goes off their website for $195. I picked this out specifically for one reason, and that's because when you look at how we adjust it here, it actually goes off these notches versus what I've had before, which is that it actually works off like a bar that slides up and down, and it has a pin that you'll pull out. Much like the front end here, you'll have a pin that you'll pull out to adjust it. I got that, and it was, I think it was called Fitness Gear. It's the brand that you'll see at Dick's Sporting Goods, and my problem with those is that lasted about a year before the pin actually wore out, and then I had to have a client fabricate me a new one for it, which a lot of people don't have the option for that, so you literally just have this broken part. Plus it has threads that you have to pull in and out, and those get stripped. It just turns into a problem. So what I found is these adjustable bench styles here, where you have these little notches here, are far superior in my opinion, right? Now, they have some other heavy duty benches that will run upwards of $300 that are more of that style, which I'm sure are phenomenal. But for this, I was on a budget and I wanted something specifically that had this. So I believe this is the 11 gauge steel, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll put that in the description. And it has the wheels on the back. It comes partially assembled. So there is a little bit of assembly that you do have to do. It's nothing crazy with this one, just because it's not a complex piece of equipment compared to something that does have more moving parts, but you do have to partially assemble this. It doesn't take a lot of time. I think it took me about 10-15 minutes maybe. This does have an 800-pound load capacity. For me and my clients, that is plenty. Now, I'm also taking into account that some of the clientele that I do train, they are overweight, so that their weight just on this may be 300 to 400 pounds. Then beyond that, do I think, hey, they're gonna bench press 400 pounds? No, they're not. A couple hundred maybe, yes, but not anything that exceeds that 800 pounds. This is plenty for me. They have other benches that will go upwards of 1,000, right? And I think even beyond that. So you have to take that into account also. I mean, if you're a huge power lifter or something like that, this might not satisfy your needs. But for your common gym owner or somebody that's just gonna have a home gym, this is plenty. I like the wheels. It does sit higher than other benches, something to keep in mind. I'm 6 foot. So for anybody that's 6 foot and taller, this sits very, very well for when you're actually just going to take a seat on it and then lay back on it, right? If I'm looking also for maybe box squats or something like that, this is a good height. For somebody that's a little bit shorter, that's also something to keep in mind, because as you're shorter, this space that you see here, when we lower this down, might be an issue for your lumbar spine, or you may find that you're actually sitting up higher on this. Something to think about if you're going to buy this. The bottom here, in terms of it adjusting, it actually just has that pin here where we'll pull it out and we'll slide up. Okay? Works fine. Okay? Locks into place. I can tighten it, but this goes back to what I was just talking about a second ago. I don't do that a ton. If it's something where the person weighs a lot, I may tighten that up a little bit because I do want it to be secure, but I also don't want to ruin these threads. Just something that I think about with this. So overall, I am very, very pleased with this. The build quality is phenomenal. The price is exactly what I wanted it to be, and I'm going to talk about another bench here in a second, and I'll eventually do a comparison video. And this goes down to price point and all that other stuff with it, because it's very close to this one. I like the wheels on the front end. They have rubber bumpers on the bottom here. They do have a tendency to come off, which kind of sucks. But that's very, very rare. That's not a common occurrence. Just every now and then I notice that they'll actually try to slide off on me there. So very pleased. Right now they have a huge deal going on also. They have 20% off if you use whatever the coupon or the code is. I think it's Save Big or Save 20 or something like that. But that's for Black Friday this year. So you can get this for much cheaper. Things to consider though, they don't have free shipping. So if you're getting the discount, I always think that is kind of offsetting that shipping cost for you. So with certain other companies, if you order enough, you get the free shipping. This company, they're not big enough yet, so they can't offer that. I'm hoping they will at some point, but right now they can't. So depending on where you're at, that price is obviously gonna fluctuate. But for this, that's something to consider. You get the 20% off, but then that savings is gonna kind of be taken up with shipping it versus we buy something off Prime and we can get it shipped for free. That's a little bit different situation there. Now, that brings me to the bench behind this one, okay? This one sits shorter, right? You can see the height difference here, okay? And that's gotta be, 3 to 5 inches, right? With this, U10 is the company, I believe that this is. This is 800 pounds as well, but it doesn't feel anywhere near this same build quality, both in the leather up top and the stitch work that they do on it, right? And then the actual steel. So this is far superior, in my opinion, in terms of build quality all around, right? This still has the same wheels on the back and all that other stuff. But the upside of this, the spacing here for the lumbar spine is smaller. This is actually shorter, so for my shorter clients, they actually prefer this because it sits them a little bit better. And this actually has 9 notches on it, so 9 adjustments, versus the 7 that you're gonna find with this right here. So, something to consider when we're looking at this. This ships free with Prime. Like I said, I believe it was $180 when I checked, but you get the free shipping. This is $195, but we take the 20% off, right? Let's just say it's $40, right? So we take that off, right? We bring it down to $150, but then I'm paying $30, $40 to ship it. They become very comparable for the price point here. If I had to choose between the two, I'm going with Fray because of the build quality. I want something that's going to last. This has a shift to it also in the front end that I don't like that much when I'm trying to move it around and shift it around. So definitely going with this for price points and for the build quality here. With those small kind of caveats to it, which is, it would be nice if it was just maybe a little bit shorter, almost that in between the two would have been nice. The notches aren't a big deal to me going from 9 to 7, just because it is nice to have those little in-betweens, but I'm rarely ever using those in-betweens. But that may be important for some people if you need 2 more settings, right? So overall, very pleased with the Fray Fitness one. Now, I have a personal discount code also that I'm gonna put in the description for everybody that'll get you 8% off. So even if the code's gone, right, you can't get the 20% off, you can still use my code and at least get the 8% off. So hopefully that helps. Over time, we start building some momentum with people using the code more. I'm hoping I can actually get that maybe to 10% or 12% for everybody so that you guys can save. I really enjoy Fray Fitness and all their equipment. I really like it, which is why I've outfitted my new facility with almost all Fray Fitness stuff versus the stuff I already had prior. But the bumper plates, the regular plates, I got the barbell, I got my both squat racks, I got the T-bar row, the sled, kettlebells, all these things that I really do like, not only the build quality, but the price as well. Because when you start looking at this type of quality and you start looking at Rogue Fitness being kind of the top contender, they definitely have a foothold on the industry. They're considered kind of the top, right? This is very comparable, in my opinion, to that. I think it's better than Titan Fitness for anybody that's bought in Titan. I actually had a Titan bench that I sold that was this same height. This is far superior to that. Wasn't a fan of the Titan one. It just seemed like it wasn't as good of a build quality, especially for the price that they're charging for it as well. So that is it, everybody. If you do have any questions too, maybe there's something that I didn't cover with this that you would like to know, definitely hit me up in the comment section. I'll put that code, like I said, in the description there. If there's something where it's like, there's just a lot to explain with it, I'll shoot another video if I need to. Eventually I'm gonna be doing a video review for this guy right here, and then I'm gonna do a comparison video, like a direct comparison video between the two. so that we can get down to the fine details with everything. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check back soon for more videos.